But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years.
Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash.
I know everybody that's at play, and I don't like to sit up here and be hypocritical about certain things. I homeboy gamble, Ernie.
This is the insider trading saga for the NBA.
Man, the NBA just got rocked by the wildest scandal it's seen in years, and somehow LeBron James' name is floating right in the middle of the chaos. This isn't just some harmless rumor blowing in the wind. This is a full-scale betting meltdown that's got the entire league looking shook. People are whispering that some of the biggest stars, the ones everyone thought could never be touched, might be way deeper in this drama than anyone ever imagined.
They placed wagers on unders on players to score less, rebound less, assist less, using information that was not yet public.
But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today, former current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years.
If you've been paying attention to the streets, you already know this situation is beyond your typical gossip. We're talking organized crime, federal-level takedowns, and real mafia connections that sound like something straight out of a movie. October 23rd, 2025. That's the exact day everything exploded. Instead of everyone arguing about MVP favorites, fresh season matchups, or which squad leveled up in the offseason, the whole world woke up to news that Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier were sitting in federal custody tied to a massive NBA betting scheme and an underground poker operation allegedly backed by active La Cosa Nostra families. And the wildest part? Federal agents didn't chalk this up as some tiny operation. They declared it historic, with victims claiming they were tricked out of millions.
This is the insider trading saga for the NBA.
2 schemes naming more than 30 people, according to charging papers, including 4 well-known mafia families in New York City.
Your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that.
They used custom shuffling machines that could read the order of cards, barcoded decks, and hidden cameras built into tables and light fixtures.
The second that news dropped, every street convo, every group chat, every sports betting circle instantly locked onto one name. The league's biggest icon for 2 decades, LeBron James. Now, nobody's saying LeBron is guilty or directly involved, but the fact that he hasn't said a word has people losing their minds. That silence feels loud, and it's got everyone wondering what's really going on. Then Shaq came in and made things even messier. He hinted that he knew situations like this were happening behind closed doors, and that one line had people looking around like, what did he just say? That wasn't a basic media quote. That was a coded message, the kind that makes you think he's seen things he never put on record. And when OG legends start speaking like that, while the feds are literally arresting active coaches and players, the whole league starts looking uneasy. But the moment that sent this scandal into a whole different universe was when the FBI director himself stepped up to the podium. They never come out unless the operation is huge. He announced that 2 major investigations were cracked open at the same time, Operation Nothing But Bet, which exposed insider NBA betting, and Operation Royal Flush, tied to mafia-controlled poker games where NBA players were allegedly used as the bait to pull in wealthy victims. We're talking high stakes, giant losses, and hundreds of millions disappearing off the table. This isn't some situation people can blame on gambling habits or an addiction excuse. This was a multi-year playbook carried out with cold precision.
I know everybody that's at play, and I don't like to sit up here and be hypocritical about certain things. I homeboy gamble, Ernie.
Defendants used other cheating technologies, such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards.
Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash.
Coaches were allegedly texting injury details before tip-off so certain groups could hit specific bets. Players were supposedly faking quick injuries, stepping out early, all to feed money into criminal networks. This is one of the biggest scandals the sport has ever seen, and it's only getting crazier. This operation wasn't just some backroom hustle. It involved rigged shuffling machines, X-ray poker tables, cards with hidden RFID chips, and dealers rocking lenses that could read invisible markings. This kind of setup sounds like something from a high-budget heist movie, not something tied to people connected to the NBA's front office or its talent circles. If this level of tech doesn't shock somebody, nothing will. But here's where things get even crazier. The feds didn't drop the full list of names yet. They only announced 2 arrests, even though they confirmed dozens of sealed indictments are on the way.
We look at players that are involved and the people that are involved. You know, we're surprised because when you have access and you're at the top of your game, so to speak, as a coaching profession, a player, or whatever, you're at the top of your game, you have access to millions and millions of dollars in this league. So it was surprising that they would put themselves in that position, possibly. It is an innocent until proven guilty. I think the other part is we have to realize gambling is an addiction. So the addiction of it is what makes you make illogical decisions.
And the reason I'm mad at Kenny is, man, this ain't got nothing to do with damn gambling addiction. This ain't got nothing to do with addiction. These dudes are stupid.
Why are they stupid?
You, under no circumstances can you fix basketball games. Under no circumstances. I love to gamble. The notion, like, Rozier makes $26 million. Him betting, giving people information or taking himself out of games, how much is he gonna benefit taking himself out the game to get unders?
And Tom, the poker scheme alone raked in so much cash that the victims suffered $7.1 million in losses. One victim alone, $1.8 million in losses, a huge amount of cash.
All right.
The second people heard that, fans instantly started digging. They went back through every photo, every event, every poker night, every private VIP party with wealthy investors, hedge fund heavyweights, and league insiders. And one name kept popping up over and over again: LeBron James, because he's been seen at plenty of private poker events with stars, business giants, and top NBA executives through the years. Everybody knows LeBron isn't just a player. He's one of the most connected business figures the league has ever produced. He's in that billionaire-level investment lane, making moves that go way beyond the court. So while some NBA media outlets are brushing this off as internet noise, the streets are not rolling with that explanation at all. One person even hit the conversation hard, saying, "Doesn't LeBron own a gambling site?" Which sent social media into another spiral. And it didn't stop there. Another person brought up past situations, claiming the league has been avoiding the truth about gambling problems for decades. They said Rose was reportedly investigated by the FBI while the NBA allegedly kept it quiet, and Miami supposedly didn't know when they were considering drafting him. Meanwhile, screenshots of Rose's alleged text messages are already floating around. Messages where he supposedly told people exactly when he planned to fake an injury so certain bets would hit. He played 9 minutes, left the game, and suddenly the payouts lined up perfectly. Then you have Chauncey Billups allegedly leaking that Portland was planning to rest their starters, giving certain groups the chance to put massive money on Chicago. That's not just bad judgment, that's direct game manipulation. And if that kind of thing was happening quietly for years, it forces everyone to ask the next obvious question: who else was involved that hasn't been exposed yet? The NBA has been moving deeper into betting partnerships since 2018. Live spreads on screen, gambling ads during broadcasts, legalized wagers integrated into the apps, everything. But the big problem now is that more fans are losing interest in watching because they think the games feel influenced or even scripted. One person said, "The NBA is 100% rigged, scripted, just like the NFL." Another posted, "The FBI isn't arresting the ones who run the whole operation. They're just taking down ex-players who played poker." And somebody else added, "This is why I stopped caring about sports. It's all messy and rigged." And now a new question is hitting hard. Maybe the league created this problem themselves by blending sports and gambling so tightly. One person summed it up in the simplest way possible, and that's when things got even more serious. Sports betting should have never been allowed in the first place, and plenty of people warned that greed was going to show up sooner or later. Once gambling money gets mixed in with athletes, the temptation can grow bigger than any paycheck ever could. Kenny even suggested maybe casino habits played a part in all this, but Barkley shut that down quick, saying, "Hell nah, this ain't addiction, this is stupidity, this is greed." And the streets are saying it's a mix of everything. Some people got dragged in because they were hooked on the thrill. Others jumped in because they saw what looked like easy money, and some were pressured by serious criminal networks that were already involved. And this is the part that pushed the whole thing into a different universe. 4 major mafia families, not 1, 4, were allegedly working together on this. That almost never happens because those groups usually treat each other like rivals, but the money on the table was so massive they teamed up. So now people are asking, if the mafia was coordinating something this advanced and this connected, what makes anybody think only 2 NBA names were involved? That doesn't line up with how these operations work. Word is, this whole situation is just the beginning. Federal prosecutors already confirmed more indictments are on the way, and insiders are saying investigators are expanding into other leagues and even NCAA circles. If certain names end up exposed, this could instantly go nuclear. That means the NBA is sitting on a ticking time bomb and fans can feel it brewing. Nobody's naive. Everybody is waiting to see which names drop next. If Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier got caught up, and if Shaq was hinting that he'd heard things long before any of this surfaced, then the real question becomes, who else has been moving quietly behind closed doors? Is the NBA trying to protect certain names and let smaller targets take the hit? Or are we finally heading toward a moment where the full truth spills out and some of the biggest legends get exposed right in front of the world? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're rocking with Real Talk, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Then check out the next video waiting for you on the screen.